6 businessmen and women are on the hunt in the heart of Southampton to find the next best business idea. Since July of last year, young entrepreneurs across Hampshire have been submitting their business ideas to compete for the opportunity to win this year's Young Start-up Talent Amazing Prize Fund of business products and services for Hampshire. Welcome to the Young Start-up Talent Hampshire Finals 2017. Every year, Young Start-up Talent opens its doors to young entrepreneurs across the south of England, hoping to find the best business ideas in the area. This year has been proven to be no different. Over 100 applicants submitted their ideas to the initiative, and over the last few months, the judges have been sifting through to try and find the next prize fund winner for 2017. Now, only 5 aspiring entrepreneurs remain. Do they have what it takes to withstand the pressure from the judges? Do they have what it takes to persuade the judges their idea is worthy of the prize fund? Do they have what it takes to be the next big thing? Recap of the year so far. The selected semi-finalists attended the Young Start-up Talent Speed Networking event held at the Fareham Innovation Centre. There, the eager budding entrepreneurs shared their business ideas with the judges, who were fervent to see the array of ideas and personalities who could possibly blossom from this initiative. Since the Speed Networking event, 5 have been chosen to now pitch in front of our Hampshire judges in the pod at Southampton Solent University. This year's panel of judges include LORRAINE Nugent, Managing Director, Young Start-up Talent. As well as being one of the founding partners and directors for Young Start-up Talent, with a passion for business and no shortage of expertise in the public relations world, LORRAINE is a PR specialist. Matt Turner, CEO of the Creative Pod Group. Matt is not only one of the co-founders of Young Start-up Talent, but also CEO of his own group of companies, the Creative Group, which includes an award-winning full-service design, marketing and print agency based in the southeast. Royston Smith MP, Conservative MP for Southampton ITCHEN constituency. In 2000, Royston was elected as a councillor on Southampton City Council. He served for 16 years on the council and was leader of the council between 2010 and 2012. Away from politics, Royston has previously owned and run a number of small businesses, including a cycle shop, and has also undertaken consultancy work. Paul Stacey, Partner, Director of IQ Consulting Limited, Chartered Accountants. While training in Southampton, Paul worked for various trades and became an accounting all-rounder. He went on to work as a director for some large blue-chip companies running large finance teams before returning to set up his consulting business in 2010, focusing on small growing businesses. Chris Allington, Chairman South of Oxford Innovation. Non-executive director and recognised leader in the Solent business community, Chris started his career leading corporate transformation programmes in advanced manufacturing and purchasing. Following a management buyout in the 90s, Chris has been an entrepreneur who has led the transformation and growth of Science Park and Innovation Centre businesses. CHERYL GOURLAY, Strategic Lead for Young Enterprise and Business Banking, NatWest. CHERYL has worked for NatWest for 18 years and has spent her time working across different divisions. CHERYL's role now is to support the delivery of the bank's enterprise agenda, working with local schools, colleges and universities which support aspiring entrepreneurs and existing businesses to achieve their ambitions. Ming Wu, the Makers Guild. The Makers Guild provides the opportunity to develop skills and ideas to make, innovate and collaborate within a space that facilitates making and sharing as part of a creative community. Their creative studio environment is available for anyone, individuals, groups and small businesses to use, and to create physical things using the latest in prototyping technologies such as 3D printers and desktop CNC. The aim is to create a diverse and creative makerspace, a playground for innovative thinking and creative engineering.
Hello, my name is Ming and I am one of 3 who started the Makers Guild. We are a makerspace, which is like a creative studio space open for anyone and everyone to come and make almost whatever they like. So these can range from artists and creatives all the way to product development, from those who are small businesses and or individual who are trying to make new things, invent new things. Most of the hot desk offices, you get a table and the internet and power. What we provide is all of that plus all the equipment that comes with it at near enough the same prices. So most offices, they charge around £200 a month, and we charge that with all the benefits that we have as a space. In terms of what we have in the equipment, we have 3D printers, 3D scanners, all the way to the woodworking and the electronics engineering prototyping kits that may not have people have access to, which just go around and play, learn new skills, do new things, and see what the future can hold. And that's us.
Okay, thank you, Ming. So, with your space,
yes,
anybody can come, can't they? At any time.
Yeah, any time in weekdays from 9 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. So if they're at work, doing the 9 to 5s, they can come in the evenings and come in and experiment, or they can do it as part of their work as well. So it's really flexible in that kind of area.
How does this compare, your space, compare to other makers' guild spaces? So
in terms of businesses and small businesses that are starting up, buying equipment is really expensive. What we have is it's there ready for them to buy. If they want their own material, they come in with their own material and use the 3D printers and just pay for the time that they used it in, which is way more cheaper, about 14p a minute.
Okay.
So how many people can you accommodate at any one time?
In
what
our
happens
space,
if you're so successful?
All at once, they're working, we roughly estimate to 25 people.
So what if more than 25 people turned up, sorry?
We'd be doing it by a booking basis, so people would book in the time to come in at a specific time that's suitable for them, and through that they can pay there on the internet as well.
How did because you were at Fareham Shopping Centre, weren't you, last week? Or 7 days last week, to do some research and marketing. How did that go?
It really good. We went for a more targeted approach. So we had a 3D printer on show to attract people who are interested in terms of that type of technology and what it's capable of. Through that, we've spoken to a lot of retired engineers who want to give back to the community. We've spoken to a lot of a few schools who came by with their walking tours and turned Fareham Shopping Centre into a classroom. We're slowly influencing in terms of what the primary school children wanted to know in that classroom to then get that seed in to the point where they want to pursue that as an interest. It's not just you're going to make a car using this technology. You can use that to which I've done a few times, is got a 3D scanner, scan someone that came by, wanted a model themselves for their model village.
You tell me you could scan LORRAINE and then print a free...
Yes.
Honestly.
Yeah, and it's that. And that's the reason why we're quite lazy.
I want one for Halloween.
So if I came into you and asked you to use your 3D printer, I've heard of 3D printers, but I've never used one. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't know how to use one. I wouldn't even know that I wanted to use one. But why would I? Walk me through what would happen if I came to visit you and said, I believe you've got a 3D printer. So
we get a 3D scanner. We talk you through the processes of how that scanner works, and then scan you as we're going, and then through that we can load that software. Load the software with the information that we've taken with the 3D scanner to then slice you up into more little tiny layers.
Literally? That would be so
literally,
wouldn't it? You watch yourself grow.
But on software, and then through that, the 3D printer would know how to trace around you to.
And how long would that take to do?
Something that's
well, if you're this size, it would. But if you're my size, it would probably take a lot less than that.
Yeah. Something the size of my hand would take about 2 hours to print. So
2 hours at 14 pence a minute.
Yeah. So 2 hours. We've averaged out for 10-hour prints. That would be about £90. So So that will give you something about that big.
And what's your profit in that?
The profit would be, it would split between the material cost, which is 7p a minute, and then the time of the printer, which is 7p a minute. So through that, half will be profit and half will be invested into buying more material for 3D printing, because it does use up quite a lot.
Are you a campaign or are you a business?
We're a social enterprise. We want to do the business side to support the community aspect.
You've got a lot of sponsors on here. What are they doing for you? Are they supplying equipment or are they just giving you their name?
So FSL Interior, they've supplied £500 cash for us to buy more equipment. And that's extraction machines and everything that we need to clean up the space.
What's your goal, I think, is the question.
Well, the business plan was very clear about the goal, and I absolutely subscribed to it when I was reading it. You know, this focus on, you know, and you reference Silicon Valley, you referenced other places where people bump into each other, and great ideas, great new businesses are formed out of that. Absolutely works. All the research says it works.
Yeah.
That's what you set out to
Yeah,
be.
that's
how
the
we're
part of the
measuring
business.
you.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's
And to
where-
be that, I think you need to be top quality, the best equipment you can get sponsors to give you.
Okay.
I think you'll struggle with this, with that, for that objective. But if you're,
we're doing it as a fine balance.
But if your ambitions are smaller, then
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay, thank you, Ming.
Thank you.
Okay, great, thank you.
Tom Fowler and Chris Key, Designer Toolkit. After spotting ways to make designers and their clients' lives easier, the Designer Toolkit was set up, offering a suite of online tools to streamline design workflow, improve client interaction and make more money. Their products include a brand asset management and sharing platform to ensure correct logos, fonts and colours are used. A logo concept demonstrator for quick and easy feedback on mockups, in addition to a visual project management tool for creative designers to make the most of our low entry prices to apply a markup to their clients to add value to their services.
So the Designer Toolkit is a suite of online tools for designers, for creatives, to really make their life easier, make the workflow that they do a lot smoother, and we've come up with these products that we'll take you through now.
So the logo canvas is essentially Tinder for designs. The new sort of swipe left, swipe right is the most amazing sort of innovation when it comes to apps, because it's simple for people to use. So we've invented the logo canvas as a way to get feedback from clients with basically logo designs. There's a pro and light version. So the light version will mainly get its revenue from advertising. It will be feature restricted, so you can only have 3 concepts. And then the pro version will be a monthly paid version, which is a lot more feature rich. But our biggest product, and probably one of the most proud of, is Brian here from the branding guide. And Chris is going to go into that.
So the branding guide is a digital asset management tool. So it's essentially for designers, for creatives to store all their brand logos, all their colours, their typography. And then they can share that with designers so that it's easy to access. Again, the problems we've had working with clients is that, oh, I need a logo. Oh, which resolution do you want it in? Which this? Oh, where is it? Oh, it's on so-and-so's computer. So it's really to make it easier for people to get those assets. We're currently in beta production for this, so we are very, very nearly ready to launch that, which is great. It's going to be a closed beta to get a lot of feedback. We've got some clients lined up ready to test that for us. And there's a 3-tiered approach to the pricing actually after some feedback.
So the freelancing package is solely based on someone who might just have a single website or a single branding guide and maybe one client. So it's really just for someone who's looking for a more cost-effective solution. Our second target audience is agency, which is just a name we're throwing around still at the moment, but it's a more affluent person who might have 10 clients, so they can up their game, pay for the second tier and access a lot more branding guides. And then our third and final is the corporate level. With the agencies, you can white label it, but with corporate, we actually want to make a bespoke system on their website. So that's where sort of our biggest clients will be.
And when it comes to marketing this, we'll be doing it in the domain that these creatives work in. So it'll be mostly digital. Initially, it'll be Facebook ads, Google ads, but also blogging. So we're going to get some guest bloggers in, blog ourselves from our own, our own experiences and really push that. So hopefully, obviously, with your guys' help and with a lot of work from ourselves, we can really push this and really make it what it can be.
Okay,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's good.
Yep. So if I was a business,
Yes.
why would I want to take on your services?
So for the branding guide specifically, we've looked at a lot of competitors. You've got your Google Drive, your Dropbox, which is free. It's easy to share, but there's no guidelines unless you go and build a PDF. So someone who is maybe not so much a designer or not creative, haven't got the time to mess around with different dashboards, they just want something simple to use, that's what we can offer.
Sorry, I don't know this industry,
Yep.
but I know the computer-aided design industry. So one assumes that, you know, designers, creatives, brand managers use standard suites of software. Are you talking to those software companies to make that moment when they file the design easy to file it in this? Or is it a separate transaction where you move it into that?
Yeah, so currently it is separate, however that's a fantastic idea. One of the ideas we had, say for the branding guide, is that you can upload Adobe swatches, so all the bits that you would export out of Adobe anyway into your libraries, you could put that there.
But my biggest fear is that somebody like, Creative Suite, Creative Cloud, engage in something like this in their own arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they'll buy it off us.
That's the exit strategy.
But no, it is, I mean, CC libraries are great anyway, especially working in a team like we use them. Obviously this would then be more for spreading outwards, or for those, not necessarily it's using Adobe or using CC. So it's you know, we're trying to ride that wave, and if it develops into something that we can link up with Adobe. We've been talking between ourselves about you know, developing APIs that potentially link in with something like Trello. If you've got all your boards there, you've got your branding guide next to it. So I'm doing design work for this person. Hey, I can just click and copy my hex code there. Oh, there's the logo, let's download it.
So this is the beta version at the moment. So how far, when did you say that this was?
We're hoping October would be, so I mean obviously it depends how much feedback we get back. But I mean so far from what we've shown of people do love it. We're going to get a bit more solid feedback from people actually working and using it. The beta version will become essentially the free ad-powered version once it launches, with all the extras, having all the additional features, no ads and everything like that.
Can I change the subject?
If you want.
Who is Brian?
So each product has a character avatar, and the idea is, because it all started with a branding guide, that was the first idea, and Brian, the branding guide, was going to be your guide through the world of branding. So it's more of a marketing
the Microsoft Office kind of
It's the paperclip but cool, yeah.
Exactly that.
Everyone hated.
One of the ideas is to have sort of like, when you actually sign up to the branding guide, Brian's going to walk you through it. So even...
What, like a little video?
Or it's still,
More like
videos, animated videos, but step by step.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Brian is
exactly, and we're even going to build them into customer support. So when you're talking to someone, you're not talking to us, you're talking to Brian.
Excellent.
And then we can create social media.
Yeah,
and one thing we want to do is create social media accounts around them and have them actually chatting on social media every once in a while, and have a lot of fun on social media with things like holidays. You get to see them if the website's down for a while. We'll have Webster pulling wires out the back of a server.
404 page can be
all sort of things like that.
So
yeah, a lot of it's going to be a lot of fun on social media, I think, and avatars are perfect for that.
Do you think you charge enough money a month?
we didn't want to pull away from the freelancers that won't necessarily have as much, but they still want to offer that. Because we can offer it to everyone.
Why don't Aston Martin sell a 20 grand car?
Well, because it's the luxury of having, I want to spend X amount on an Aston Martin. Yeah.
Because here's the thing, right? Having things like this is, as an agency, that's your added value to clients. So if the cheap and cheerful Herbert working out of their shed down the road
can do it,
right, is offering that as well, the market then becomes unbalanced because you can't compare apples to apples. Yeah. The fact that it's £2.49 says it's crap, really. Because perception is everything.
The freelancers we work with, the ones we're aiming at, are the people who aren't starting off with a lot of money. They are looking for that cheap, cost-effective solution, and that's what we're aiming at right there.
So why are you aiming for them then?
Well, we are
a charity.
Why?
That's what the freelancing package is.
For mass.
No, but I mean, why are you aiming for people that can't afford to pay the money?
It's
just to kick them off, really. Just to get them started. And I know that there's people out there who want to up the game.
When you look at the rest of your industry, when you take all the other platforms, Hootsuite, MailChimp, Constant Contact, Pure 360, none of them are less than $9 a month. And coming in at £2.49.
$2.49 was for the beta convert, so those that were giving a bit of value back as thanks for
beta
testing.
Guys should be free for the year. They shouldn't be paying at all. They should be free for the year or free for life.
So
I think as well, when you take into like international currencies, tax and VAT,
it's one thing we were talking to Rob Nunn about potential bounce back if someone's card get declined. So it's definitely something we're going to be looking into. I mean, obviously we want to get the beta tested first, get that really, nail the product.
Does money motivate
that
you?
is much easier to do once you've kind of proven the
Tested
proposition.
your market.
You know,
And
so
even if we
come
did
October.
a first year discount as a launch, we can potentially do like a cheaper for that year and then test it from there.
Okay.
It'd be interesting.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
NATASHA TIFFIN and Alex DIXON Seek a Word. Seek a Word uses new technology for language communications. Their app and office seeks to provide businesses and customers with regular or singular translation. They pride themselves on their simple, professional service that creates ease when monitoring and managing previous, uploaded and completed documents. They also value priority and proofreading to ensure important or short notice translation is completed accurately.
Hi, I'm Natasha. And I'm Alice, and we are the co-founders of Seek a Word Limited, a translation and interpretation service based in Portsmouth. So all the client has to do is download the app either onto their tablet or their phones or their computers, whatever is easiest. Then all they have to do is simply upload their document that needs translated, and then it'd be outsourced to all of our translators. Our translators all have their own profile as well, so there's no communication between the client or the translator. We are the middle people.
So as you can see on our pricing in your packs, we have 3 different services for our office. We have the interpretation through phone and face-to-face and the paper-based translation. We wanted to be a lot more competitive on the larger projects such as website designing, so people can translate their whole website. Our app pricing is a fixed price at £45 per page, and each page has to have 250 words on it to make it a page.
We have 2 revenues of income coming in from head office and the app. We actually get to keep 80% of all of those earnings. We offer 20% assigned commissions to all of our translators. So whatever the total price of that assignment is, they'll receive 20% of that.
So we would like to, after 3 months of the app being launched, we'd like to add a Skype interpretation department to the app. So we're covering translation and interpretation through the app. We would like to add a department to our head office, which would include sign language. We can then do sign language translation and language translation. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Any
We're open to any
questions?
questions.
Can I ask about vetting? You said that you, unlike other translation companies, you do vetting. How do you do vetting of your translators?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we will check every translator that comes through. We will look at their references. It's pretty much just like when you apply for a job, really. We will check them like you would check an employee.
But they're going to apply in Spanish.
They have to speak English to go on our app as well, because the app's done in English.
Yes.
Normally English
but they
is
live
the
in
main.
Spain.
Yeah.
And you're going to vet them.
Yeah.
But how are you going to do that?
Because we would once they apply for the through the app, once they put that application through, they're not allowed to do anything until me and Alice have checked over their profile, sent them a document to translate from English to whatever language they want to pick. We will then proofread that through a translator that we trust. If that translator is up to standard, we will then accept them to the app.
So you're not vetting them about being an axe murderer, you're vetting them that they can do translation?
Yes.
And other people don't do that?
No. You can just
so
apply.
So people use translators that they don't know they can translate?
Correct.
That's not much of a business plan that your opponents, your opposition have got then.
The reason why this is through website, so if you were a translator in an office, you would have been checked to make sure you're a translator. The freelancing websites that are out there at the moment, you can apply for them and start accepting jobs straight away without anything.
You mentioned earlier about your vision for the future and kind of where you're looking to go maybe over the next 3 years. Can you maybe just give us a quick kind of big picture?
Of course. We would love to add sign language. That is massive for us. We really believe that sign language is not done much, and there isn't a lot of ways to get sign language into companies. So we think that because we're a language company, sign language is still a language at the end of the day. But we think that large conferences and large networking events could have all of our translators up there, and you're opening that up to the sign languaging world, basically. And our
How are you checking what your translators are translating for your clients?
So the client can choose. They can have a proofread, which costs £6. We would then send that to one of our translators from head office that we trust, that we have a face-to-face relationship with. They will then check that for us, and we'll also put it through our SDL.
In your business plan, you've put obviously translators will be able to review assignments and choose if they want to do it. What's stopping me as a translator going directly to the client to earn the full fee?
You wouldn't know wouldn't know the client, the customer. All you would know is that there is a document from Russian to English, and it is a contract document. You wouldn't, the translator wouldn't know who that was at all. You're completely confidential as a client.
So I can undercut you as a translator then?
No, they wouldn't even know who to ask.
Can I go back to confidentiality?
Yeah.
Before we move on, please. Sorry. You've got somebody in, I don't know, Belarus that is translating for you, and they take your confidential document. They don't know who owns it, but they take it and off they go with it. What do you do then?
The translators, in the contracts, there is a document that the translators have to sign. It says in there that they are responsible. They are freelance translators. They understand the rules. They work for themselves.
I understand that, but you know, we're having cyber attacks from Russia and Belarus and places like that every day, as high level as our National Health Service, our Parliament, and you know, who knows what. They don't really care about your contract.
No.
So how can you guarantee me, when I give you something that's really confidential, that I'm really concerned about, that you're going to take it off to Russia or Belarus or somewhere and it's going to be safe?
Then I would say not to put it through the app and to actually come through head office, and that is the reason that is there, so we can take that document on ourselves and give it to someone that we trust.
A long time ago, when I was a young man, I don't want you to get upset by this subject. I want you to take a note. You're in a translation business. You're in the business of words.
Yeah.
You know from our previous conversation at the last round that I'm worried about how you maintain quality control. You have got to go and find yourselves a proofreader.
Yeah.
I cannot write quality material. I always give it to someone else to proofread.
That is one of
to
my
get
weaknesses,
it right.
yeah.
And that document, when I read it, made me wince in multiple places. So just take that as a pointer.
Yeah,
when this business
definitely.
is launched, quality, quality, quality,
course.
all the way through everything you do.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, girls.
Thank you very much.
Jonathan TELLYN and Adam STANNARD, INNOBOX Design. INNOBOX Design is a graphic design agency based in Southampton, UK, specialising in branding, marketing tools and promotional materials. Whether it's a new brand for your business or just an update, INNOBOX can help you design and print supporting products from business cards to large outdoor signage. INNOBOX prides itself on professional designers to deliver a first-class service to clients, going that extra mile to help create the perfect solution.
Hello everyone, thank you for coming. We are INNOBOX Design, a graphic design agency based in Southampton. We specialise in branding and marketing tools. And one of our main USPs is the fact that we can offer to print all of the marketing tools that we design for our clients. And also, one of the things that we're just starting to go into now is the CAD side of things.
Yeah, so I break down on the products and services a little bit more. The branding side of it, obviously anything that a client needs branding wise, logos, typography, full branding guides, whether they need it from scratch or whether they need just a refresh. Marketing tools, so a lot of the designs that we'll do for, say, business cards, flyers, posters, banners, flags. The CAD side of things, we have been doing some work regarding floor plans, and some interior space planning.
At the moment we're targeting our branding and marketing at sort of start-up and SME businesses. That could be for anyone that's starting up a business and needs a full branding guide or any elements of that. The CAD model side of things, we're going to target that at high-end estate agents and high-end hotels.
So a bit about the marketing strategies, things that we want to push at the moment. Obviously the website is up and running at the moment. We are fine-tuning that and tweaking that. Constantly obviously updating and promoting the social media pages. One of the key things that we really want to push at the moment is, as we mentioned, the CAD side of things. And we're putting together a direct mail package to send to those people. Finally is the trade shows and networking events. That's something obviously we want to continue doing. The networking has been particularly useful.
I think that's basically where we are at the moment. So thank you for listening, and we welcome any questions you might have.
why don't you just focus on the CAD business?
I think that's what
it might be something that does happen. It's not something that we've completely ruled out. So at the moment we have still got quite a lot of clients coming in through the graphic side of it, so you don't really want to just drop
But is that
them.
a distraction? Is that a distraction from where you can really make money? Because if there's no money in that.
I think there is though. There's a phenomenal amount of money in it. I make a fortune out of branding. Yeah. But the thing is, what they're charging,
like the business cards and flyers.
But that's irrelevant. That's your bread and butter. That pays your utilities.
Sort of thing.
But here, what you're charging for a year's worth of branding, we charge that exact price for one round table session. You've got to charge for your thinking time. Clients have got to understand the pretty picture at the end is the irrelevant bit. It's that thought process that have got. You understand that, you know that, and you kind of got to sell that.
Yeah.
Take away the hourly rate and go for a set rate across different services.
Yeah. Okay. I'm really excited for that you're looking at the CAD work, and now you've introduced we could model it in 3D. You know, there's two target markets you didn't touch, right? You need to go and talk to developers who are building housing estates, industrial estates, virtual walkthroughs, and they've got lots of money. You know, on a housing development, they could be spending 100 million and they'll have a 3 to 4% marketing budget. But what is differentiated about your business is when you can start to print a model, either a digital model that you walk through virtually, or a physical model, 3D.
It'd be interesting to know what the competition in that market is as well, because I imagine that would come. But I was thinking about a new business model, which could be to make a 3D model of Portsmouth police cells, and then sell it to a virtual ghost tour.
Yeah.
I like your branding. I like this. When you send out your packs to your potential clients, what are you sending them?
I think we're going to send them sort of like a little bit of introduction to who we are and what we can do for them. A few examples of work we've done before, for example, the CAD models that we showed you, I think, in the last round. I think we were thinking about maybe putting a couple of freebies in there. We weren't too sure about that, though. To sort of
so try and be different.
Yeah,
we want to.
Maybe you need to go and see Ming about getting your design 3D printed.
Well, I was just about to say that.
Sexy, memorable. You know, something that really leaves a smile in the mind or makes them remember you. Or when you ring them up, I'm the bloke that sent you the
3D image of
X,
the
Y,
house.
Z, you know.
That's good
idea. You know, get a photograph of all your potential clients and 3D model them and send it to them.
That's good idea.
Something. Send them crap in the post. Go in the bin. Another agency. Rubbish.
Try and make it, so if we can try and make it a personal thing to each client, maybe do like a very simple CAD design
so it could be a fair business. Absolutely.
You know, I did a campaign for new business. I had a prospect list of 25 people. For the week of Valentine's Day, from Monday to Thursday, I sent my prospect list a little box with 4 chocolates in it. It said, Rosa Red, Vice Blue, pick up the phone, we want to hear from you. And on the Friday, any bugger that hadn't rang us got sent an empty box of chocolates with a poem that said, Rosa Red, Vice Blue, there are no chocolates in this box because we didn't hear from you. So many people pick the phone up. You know, it costs next to nothing.
That's a good idea.
And then you get some personality over and, you know.
So make it different, make it personal.
Absolutely, you're creative, so be rude, be out there, be edgy, be bold.
Yeah, definitely.
Be bold.
Be edgy, not rude.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
I'd send them packets of peanuts, and when they say, what are the peanuts for? So, they're to feed your current agency.
Okay.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Jeremy and MUTEBI create ensembles formed of separates from retailers and meticulously put them together. Their main focus in their early stages is to create brand value. Their ensembles aim to give empowerment and confidence. It offers clients a consuming thrill similar to that of sitting behind the wheel of the sports car of their dreams. They pride themselves on exclusivity. As well as having pre-made ensembles from collections available, they additionally can tailor to specific needs of clients on an individual basis.
Right, so good evening everybody. My name is Jeremy MUTEBI and I built a company around my personality and my style. So one thing that I've come to find with men is that they want to look like James Bond when they wear suits, but they either have no time or they don't have the style, expertise in order to put a look together that they feel confident in. 7 months ago I built an Instagram page. I started posting pictures. After about a month, my Instagram following grew from 0 to 1,000. I thought, great. So I built a personal style consultancy company. What would happen is men would come to me, let me know what they need a suit for. I'd piece a look together, charge them the cost value of the suit plus a style consultant's fee on top. So 2 months ago, I built a website whereby suits are uploaded, ensembles that I've branded myself, based off of separates from other retailers, the likes of ASOS, River Island, Topman, Charles Stewart, etc., etc. The menswear market is valued at £14.1 billion. Currently, it's growing at a faster rate than the women's wear market. In terms of me marketing my products, instead of me targeting the whole 31 million men in the UK population, I'm targeting a particular slice of the whole pie itself. Now, looking at my data and my past sales, 60% of my past sales have come from those who have been served into the financial industry. The thing about bankers is they have no time, they have a lot of money, and they want to look good, and that's exactly why I want to target them. The model itself will be implemented in London to begin with, and then from there, if successful, I then want to expand it outwards. Year 2, look into other cities and other professions, like lawyers and politicians, because they all need suits too, right? So personally, I could tell you I'm relentless, I'm hardworking and enthusiastic, but what I could do is I can show you what I've done with the little that I do have. So I'm a university student at the moment, studying economics, and I'm 20. I bought a £25 mannequin, I built a website from my rubbish laptop, and I bought a camera with my student finance. So in my interview with Richard and LORRAINE, for half of it I couldn't actually see you guys, but it's down to my hustler's ambition. It's the fact that I want to achieve, and I will achieve. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away. Thank you.
Great, Pete. Well done.
Okay.
Well done. Your first year cash flow forecast, is that £6,000 worth of revenue, or is that £6,000 worth of the consultancy markup?
Yes, I've put the whole price of the suit, including the cost and also my markup on top. Then I've put that onto the revenue.
Yes.
So how many suits do you think per month that you have to sell to get that £6,000?
It's 6 times 4, so 24 suits per month.
You jumped to 1,000 on Instagram in 1 month. What are you trending at now on Instagram?
So currently it's 2,500. The reason why that is because I've been quite busy with exams and whatnot, but it's also because it's down to this growth hacker phenomenon that I'm trying to do. Instead of me trying to grow like 10,000 followers, those aren't 10,000 customers if those people aren't interested in suits. So now it's all about targeting people specifically. I'd rather have 2,500 customers that are actually interested in suits than 10,000 of those who are interested in, I don't know, dresses.
Good.
Very good.
JM MUTEBI.
MUTEBI, yeah.
What does the M stand for?
MUTEBI.
It's Jeremy MUTEBI and then it's MUTEBI again.
Oh, is
so it's it looks good. With the logo.
Okay.
It's a bit like Zara.
That's just the logo. I thought maybe it was something interesting.
So the brand is Jeremy MUTEBI itself, but that's the logo.
Do you see yourself as like an Oswald Boateng?
I see myself past that.
Wow. I wouldn't say that in the same room as him, but I might even say in it. Here's a question. Like, you look really, really sharp in what you're wearing, but if someone with not as good physique as you put that on, they'd look...
Who would that be?
I don't know.
Maybe like Chris. Go on. I set myself up.
So how can you ensure someone? I mean, do you know what I mean?
So what I do as well as a service on my website is you can buy 1 suit and I send you 2.
One thing I'd love to see when you, from a men's clothing perspective, is when you see the models wearing the clothes. I'd like to know how tall the model is.
Yeah. So that's all in the description actually on the suits.
There's a lady at Aston doing a piece of research, and she was starting to work out how using 2 webcams you could be measured by your computer.
Actually, Apple have just launched a virtual reality platform coming with OS 11. So they'll all be super excited about this subject and wanting to talk to someone. And one of the things they've got on their demo is a measuring app that someone has developed for developing headboards.
So what they use is a reference, like a bank card or a credit card, and that gives you the first size, and then you just stand at, at different angles.
One thing I also didn't explain about markup as well. Okay, I want you guys to picture a model, right? It's got like this, yeah, and it's got an N right here. You've got revenue down at the x-axis and markup right up on the y-axis. Now what I want to do is I want to find that point on that curve where my markup is at the optimal point. So £50 right now is what I believe people would buy for. For example, this suit, I bought it all for like £99, and that includes the shirt, which also comes with it. But at the moment I retail it for £249.
And did people buy that?
Yeah, people have bought it.
I was going to ask you that. So you're looking snazzy tonight, as you were the last time I saw you. How much does that entire outfit cost?
So this is the same thing as this, and it comes with the ties. This is £99 for this full top half. This is where I'm good at what I do, right? So the trousers I got from a charity shop. The shoes I got from Charles Tyrwhitt. I worked my way and got some discount, so I got it down to like £89, which is kind of cool. And the socks I got from Moss Bros.
I think the one thing you can't send your customers is swag. That's the one. And often that's the thing that makes something look cool. And if you could bottle what you have and then sell it, you'd probably make more out of that than you would out of clothing.
The thing is that people, you can't sell swag, but people think that you can buy swag. That's why people buy Michael Jordan trainers. They're not automatically going to put on, you're not going to put on trainers and be able to slam dunk like Mike. But it's the whole idea. I sell success, I look successful. People stick on my suit and they get that idea.
How many of these looks have you got at the moment, and how many have you actually sold since? Because I know you've only been going 2 months.
Yeah.
So
I don't actually stock any. I only stock ones that have a really high profit margin like these. So I have 4 of these left at home. Other things I just drop ship. Now in terms of how much I've sold altogether now, it's 12 suits, 6 of which have come through the website. I got 2 more yesterday, which will take it up to 8. Like there's minimal costs involved, and I do everything myself. I've built this business myself, and it's all built around me. I've started vlogging now so people can gain an appreciation for my style, my personality as well.
I think
if I can sell my personality, I can sell these suits, and people buy into my personality.
Thank you. It was a good
Thank you,
pitch,
guys.
Jeremy. Well done. Thank you.
The end of another successful year comes to a close in Hampshire. Our panel of judges will now need to decide which young entrepreneur will walk away with an amazing prize fund of business products and services. Young Startup Talent would like to thank all of the supporters, sponsors and the candidates that took part for their support, and look forward to working with the next set of entrepreneurs in 2018. All of those who have made it through the process have the support and business network to make their business a success. We look forward to keeping in contact and up to date with their progress as they grow throughout the year. To find out more about Young Startup Talent, the sponsors involved, and to follow the progress of entrepreneurs past and present, visit youngstartuptalent.co.uk.